audience and the dignified adjudicators present up here. I'm from code IZ43. In the opinion of this House, judiciary is the saviour of Indian democracy. I stand strongly to speak in the favour of the motion. Judiciary is an integral part of a country, especially a democracy. India is the world's largest democracy with the world's largest written constitution. And congratulations, we also have the best judiciary which is independent and works for the safeguards and interests of the citizens. In strengthening the democracy and liberal values, the judiciary plays a pretty significant role from being a guardian of the constitution, promoting peace and cordiality in the nation, and being an able protector of the rights of the poor and disadvantaged groups. It also performs as an institution of last resort for millions of citizens. My opponents might say that the judiciary comes up with difference of opinions and decisions over the period of time. It has been around 8 decades now that we have inherited a judicial administrative system which is elaborate and has a codified structure and procedural laws by the Britishers. And the laws have stood the test of time because of the fact that the Supreme Court has come up with corrections and difference of opinions according to the need of the time and the interests of the common people. In the Berubai case of 1960, the Supreme Court came up with a decision that the preamble is not part of the Constitution. But later, in the Keshwananda Bharti case of 1973 and the LIC versus State case in 1991, the Supreme Court came up with the decision that the preamble, which reflects the true spirit and nature of a democracy, is a part of the Constitution. My opponents might also further say that the Supreme Court gives up decisions which are in favor of the political parties for unconditional profits. They may also say that the Supreme Court decisions are arbitrary and not accountable. But I would like to clarify that the Indian judiciary is the biggest independent body of our country. It has a huge responsibility for giving up decisions which are judicious and provide justice to every single citizen. They are also accountable to the Indian Constitution as well as to the Indian citizens. They also have to take in consideration the rule of law without giving up any decision. We live in a democratic country. This is for the people, of the people, and by the people. We elect our MLAs, our MPs, and which also gives them the legislative power, that is the power to make laws. The judiciary is also provided with the power of judicial review, that is, the courts can consider and review the legislative, executive and administrative decisions of the government. They can check whether the decisions taken are in favor or consistent with the Constitution, and in case they are violative of the Constitution, they can be declared as null and void. We do have fundamental rights, which are part of the basic structure doctrine of our Constitution. And it is very well said that a right without remedy is not a right at all. Thus, our Constitution under Article 32 and Article 226 provide the right to issue writs for the enforcement of these rights to the Supreme Court and the High Courts respectively. The judiciary is the third most important organ of our government, including the legislature and the executive. A judiciary is very, very important for a country and a democratic country like ours. I would like to say that a judiciary is very, very important, and our judiciary is successfully saving our democratic nature. Thank you very much.